Coming up in the Double T Insider this week, a legendary horse retires as the steed for the masked rider. We have a look at the career of Midnight Matador. We go behind the scenes at Red Raider volleyball practice and mic up head coach Don Flora. We introduce you to a Brooklyn native as a part of the In the Zone series that is wearing the red and black this season for the Red Raider basketball team. And the Red Raider soccer team is tournament bound for the first time in program history. We give you the reactions and more. That's all coming up next. It's the Double T Insider. Let's go. The Double T Insider is brought to you by the Texas Tech University College of Media and Communication and is entirely produced by students of the college. Welcome into the Double T Insider, everyone. I'm Joshua Cook alongside Erica Taylor as we bring you another week of inside access into Texas Tech athletics. And this week we come to you from the John B. Walker Soccer Complex, where the Texas Tech soccer program is getting ready for one of the biggest matches in program history.
Yes, history in the making for the Red Raiders, which we'll get to later in the program. But first we take a look back on a living tradition that retired this past weekend at Texas Tech, but got to trot on the field for one last time.
Well, I had a lot of favorite memories riding the horse. It was a childhood dream to become the masked rider, and I guess one of my favorite memories would have had to have been the very first game that I got to ride him, because you can feel his thundering heartbeat underneath you, and you're so excited, and the crowd's so excited. It's just an experience.
Midnight Matador is really a personable horse. He just loves people. He loves to meet fans, loves to get petted, and I think it's going to be hard us retiring him, but I know we'll have another horse that, will hopefully be able to be in the hearts of fans just like Midnight Matador has been.
After 11 years of service, the 13th horse to carry the masked rider every Saturday into Jones AT&T Stadium has called it a career. Midnight Matador has officially retired. In his time, 11 different riders saddled up on Midnight, but the first masked rider to ride the horse into the Jones definitely remembers that season as she was learning along the way with Midnight.
Well, it was a lot of fun, but there was just a lot of unknowns as well. So, just kind of every game or every parade, everywhere we went was kind of a new experience for the both of us. So, luckily everything went really smoothly and he took it all in stride. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of excitement.
In 11 years, Midnight Matador traveled more than 100,000 miles to more than 1,500 university and community appearances. People would line up to pet the horse and get their pictures taken with him and the masked rider. And throughout all of that, the horse definitely created its own personality.
The horse has his own personality, and he shows it, and he'll sit here while he's signing autographs, and he'll kind of shake his head sometimes, and he'll show his person. He'll dance right before he gets to take off on that run, so he shows his personality.
Among the many trips by Midnight Matador, including ones to the Alamo Bowl and Ticket City Bowl, the horse returned to where it all started, as in 2007, Midnight ran in the Gator Bowl, which in 1954 is where Joe Kirk Fulton began the masked rider tradition. All these years later, the program continues on, and that makes Alvin G. Davis, one of only 2 honorary masked riders, very happy.
Great satisfaction, certainly. I'm a Tech X. I graduated at midterm 1952, that's been a few years ago. In 9 days I'll be 85 years young, so I'm just happy to still be around and kicking and being a part of all this. And I'll be going down on the field with them when they recognize the riders that rode the horse. And of course, I've become friends with most all of those riders all through the years.
With the horse retiring, fans will miss a lot about the horse, and Ashley Hartzog Hawkins believes they will miss just the horse itself.
Well, I mean, for one thing, he's a beautiful horse to look at, and I think they'll, miss getting to come and and pet him. Of course, there'll be another horse that will be just as friendly and just as enjoyable, but they'll miss him because he's been here for so long. So I think just the fact that he is a calm horse, and people appreciate that.
So as Midnight Matador took his final bow on his stage in front of his fans, the riders took time and looked back on their favorite memories of Midnight Matador.
Memory was the football games and the initial run down the field. That was always something that I looked forward to, and it was kind of neat too, because even though it was his first year, by the end of the season it seemed like he kind of knew what to expect and when it was time to go. So that was probably my favorite memory, was the football games.
Sure, it's hard to pick. We have so many favorite memories. I think my favorite one was when we were doing the Fort Worth Stock Show Parade, which is the longest running equine parade in the country. And we were on the middle of the Trinity Bridge, and we heard this crazy rumbling. And all of a sudden, these chuck wagons come running up past us. Turned out they couldn't stop on the bridge because they would roll back down. All the horses are scared, but not Midnight Matador. He just stood there like a champ, didn't even flinch. I think that's definitely, when I look back, that's my favorite memory of him, and how just brave and wonderful he is to ride.
Reporting for the Double T Insider, I'm Joshua Cook. Coming up next on the show, we sit down with a Brooklyn native that is now hooping it up in West Texas with the Red Raiders. And later we go behind the scenes at Tech Volleyball practice where Coach Flora is all mic'd up. The Double T Insider is coming back after this.
Welcome back to the show. We continue our series In the Zone and introduce you to another new Red Raider.
Jamal Williams, Jr., guard from Brooklyn, New York.
What made you choose Tech University, Texas Tech?
Just wanted to go away fall, change to a different environment, try something new.
What best describes your game? Give me one word.
I would say a quiet assassin.
Why is that? What makes you so quiet and such an assassin?
I try to perfect the little things. I try to do the things that most people don't do. Like, I play dirty. I'm the aggressive type, but I don't show too much emotion.
What are you looking forward to this season?
Just changing the program around, bringing more fans in, just keeping the family, just winning, basically.
Mm-hmm. Is there another sport besides basketball that you're also talented in?
No, I played basketball all my life.
How'd you choose the number 23?
The number was given to me, so I just accepted it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't choose it, but it's not even about the number, I'm just here to play.
In your JUCO days, did you have any common routines that you used to do before each game?
Mm-hmm. Before each game, I would pray, talk to my uncle that passed away, and just get ready and go out there, play my heart out.
Is there any particular game that you're looking forward to play?
I'm looking forward to playing Oklahoma State.
Why Oklahoma State?
They was recruiting me also, while Tech was recruiting me, and they chose a freshman, so I got a little grudge against them.
All right, payback. Yeah.
I started playing myself. Like, my father wasn't a basketball player. Nobody in my family really was a basketball player. I just picked up the ball and fell in love with it.
Since how old?
I'll say about 4 years old. I started playing with basketball.
Okay. Any like NBA players that you liked growing up?
Oh, J.R. Smith is my favorite player.
Fans get to see and hear what happens during the game, but not at practice. Well, this week we took the camera behind the scenes at Tech Volleyball practice and mic'd up head coach Flora.
Your little run-throughs, you're gonna attack a few balls. Yeah. Atta baby C!
Oh yeah.
That's good. That was 1.04. You get some serving in. Other than it was almost hit the scoreboard. I had a buddy that we were at BYU, and he started the game. He served it all the way up to the scoreboard and just over there. It was pretty cool. It was hard ball to pass. Yeah. like that way better. Yeah. Do a little RFO, one-on-one blocking. Step and finish it, good. Step and finish it. Good, Vaughn, up in the air. You need to get too flat like here to here. I'll just stay here and then go. Then we're gonna do a little one-on-one outside, same inside, and swing blocking fast to the opposites. And middles, going some slide. So like get out here and then run like an inside 2, off 1 foot. Stace, get out here and run some inside 2 off 1 foot also. But you gotta get out here and chase it inside. So I get out here, come out here and then run it. Working on make sure we stay inside, that we know when to, if it's a high ball, we can get a nice long approach in our swing block, shorten our arms if we need to speed it up. Load, on, off, over. Elbows up, on, off, over. 2 hand, a lot of hands on it. Hands, less fingers. Don't sneak that gap. Step into it once she hits it. Call the ball, I go. Up, ball, mine. Hands on the fire, low. Gonna do a little work in 6-on-6, working on the defending the dump, slide dump work. So we make sure we sequence as a setter in front or behind, so we get some ones, setter, slide, and setter. Get some good work there. Good. Get up, Mike, get up, Mike! Good choice, that's fine. You never got to stop facing her, right? You made a good move, I thought. You made a good move, but all of a sudden now she's hitting, and you're still waiting here. You got here, now you can go. Yeah, just get the balance. Let's stay focused on the little things that we're working on. Single item focus. If we're in a drill, what's the focus of that drill? Your eyes need to go. You set her, she told you. You know, you yelled slide, you knew she was going there. She told you where the ball was going, right? That's good eye work right there, good job. Keep your head on that, support the person next to you. Let's stay with this diligence towards focusing on getting better individually and collectively, all right? So let's just have middle back. Right now at the front row setter, let's stay middle, okay? We don't need to step and go anywhere. You're just looking for it. As soon as she jumps, you're lean, not leaning, but balance, anticipation is going that way. Here we go. You know, I think it's just, we've talked a lot about focus and passion and diligence to the small things. Touch that! Nice job, Grant! Good, come on, you're there, 1 touch. Sequence it right, and plus when she jumped, where were her hands? She jumped and her hands were here. The only time we want to jump with them if their hands are above their head and they're jumping and they're within 3 feet of the net. You need to be looking for the ball to zone 1. That's your ball. So everything kind of funnels this way. You got to look for that ball down and inside.
Break up, 1, 2, 3. Break up. Yeah.
It was a celebration on Monday when the Red Raiders soccer team found out they were tournament bound. We take you into the watch party on the other side of the break. And we give you a preview of what's coming up this week for Texas Tech Athletics.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. On Monday, it was a historic day for the Red Raiders soccer program as they found out they were going to the NCAA Tournament for the first time ever. And the Red Raiders are going to try to score big on Saturday.
It was a suspenseful Monday afternoon at the John B. Walker Soccer Complex as the Texas Tech women's soccer team awaited their fate during the program's first ever NCAA selection watch party. The room was filled with excitement early on during the show. The Red Raiders watched patiently as name by name schools were being announced and line by line as brackets were being filled. However, the announcement of Texas Tech earning their first bid to the national championships was yet to be heard. It wasn't until near the end of the selection show that the Red Raiders finally saw their school's name pop up on the big screen.
I know what it feels like to sit in the room and see your name called, and just being able to see them go through that was bigger than any victory. And watching them hug each other, you know, the seniors, the leadership, it just all has come together in a magical season that we hope, you know, this is just the beginning. Now we've got some postseason games to go win.
It's unbelievable, the feeling of even making the tournament, just because it's the first time in school history. It's the first time for these seniors. It's something that they've been working towards all 4 years that they've been here, so really special for them.
It's a really big day. It's kind of the day that kind of makes you think of all the hard work you've put in and the struggles that you've been through your whole college career so far, and just, you know, it's worth it finally. Like, it's all come to something, and something to be proud of and something to look back on and say, oh, I did this.
There's 30 of us girls, and for us to be able to get along and want to fight harder and harder each game for each other is really special, and you don't find that everywhere.
And very few people who take head coaching jobs find that every promise that was made to them during their interview was fulfilled. I would say Texas Tech under-promised and over-delivered. They've just been behind us all the way, and so we feel so good about being able to look at them and say, okay, you know, you've been behind us, so now let's host an NCAA game on this campus.
It's that time again. Let's give you a preview of what's coming up next for the Red Raiders this week.
Men's and women's cross country are set to compete at the NCAA Mountain Regional Meet Friday in Fort Collins, Colorado. The women's team will compete in a 6,000-meter race scheduled for 1 p.m. The men will follow with a 10,000-meter race scheduled for 2 p.m. at the Collindale Golf Course. Red Raider basketball tips off their season opener against Prairie View A&M at the United Spirit Arena. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. Texas Tech football is back home for the final time of the regular season, taking on Kansas. The Red Raiders will look to snap their 2-game losing streak against the Jayhawks Saturday at the Jones AT&T Stadium. The game can be seen nationally on FSN. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. Later that day, Texas Tech soccer makes their debut in the first round of the NCAA championships. The Red Raiders, 15-5-1, will host North Texas, 16-4-2, at the John B. Walker Soccer Complex. This marks the 9th time these two teams have met. Last time was in 2010 in Lubbock, as Texas Tech beat North Texas 1-0 to even the all-time series at 4 apiece. First kick is set for 7 p.m. and you can hear the entire match on KTXT, The Raider 88.1, with the pregame show starting at 6:30 p.m. And Lady Raider basketball begins their season on the road against Arizona State in Tempe, Arizona. Tip-off is set for 3 p.m. On Wednesday, men's basketball takes on Nebraska Omaha inside the United Spirit Arena. The game is set for a 7 p.m. tip-off. Red Raider volleyball hits the road to take on University of Texas in Austin. First serve is set for 7 p.m. And on Thursday, Texas Tech women's basketball will travel to Albuquerque to battle New Mexico. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m.
Well, that does it for our show, everyone. Thanks for watching.
And be sure to tune in next week. Also go on Facebook, search for Double T Insider, and like our Facebook page, and never miss another episode.
For Joshua Cook, I'm Erica Taylor. Have a great week, everyone.
Back in, played lights out, all in all season. Had an unbelievable resolve through setbacks and victories that we didn't ever get too high. We never got too low. We just kept believing. Here's the thing, guys. The tournament's the beginning of a new season.